prepare themselves for the vaccination, and after getting the vaccination, how to, there are some minor issues. Sometimes you get a bit feverish, how you can handle those issues and heal yourself ASAP. So today we actually have our F90 power couple here, all right, to talk about how to help overcome these issues as well as their personal experience doing it. Okay, but before that, maybe we can go through a bit of the house rules. Okay, so for the house rules, number one, everybody please mute your microphone. Feel free to interact to us through the chat. All right, the chat is down there. You can see a button that says chat. You just click that and you can ask your questions there. You can type any comments or feedback there. Number two, please keep an open and positive learning environment. So there is no 3Cs, no criticizing, no condemning, no complaints. But if you have any feedback, please feel free to PM us, either myself or the friend that brought you in here. You can follow me on my Instagram at dedication if you want to PM me to compliment my good performance tonight. Thirdly, of course, the room is locked when the event is starting, which is now. So if you happen to disconnect, don't worry, we already know who you are. So if you happen to disconnect by certain chance, maybe the Zoom god doesn't like you to be in here, please feel free to just rejoin us again. And lastly, if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat box or PM us later, either myself or the speaker or the friend who brought you in. All right. So right now we have our unique couple right here. The reason I say they are unique is because both of them kena cucuk by different things. All right. One of them kena cucuk by AZ and the other one got Pfizer. So because of that, both of them have a different experience, and both of them are here to share their experience with you. But they have many things in common, which is what they did to help them recover faster. And everybody here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please note, I have to say this so I don't kena tembak later, but we are not doctors, okay? 我们不是医生. This is not medical advice, but this is just sharing from our personal experience, what we have done and what we find to work for us, as well as some knowledge that we picked up over the years working in the wellness industry. And we wish to share it with all of you so that you can be better equipped to kena cucuk by our government. So without further ado, I'd like to pass the stage to none other than Daniel and Jane.
Hey, hi everyone. Okay, my name is Daniel. I'm a certified wellness advisor, and this is my wife, Jane.
I'm a physiotherapist and also a Pilates instructor.
All right. Okay, nice to have all of you here. So today we have how many people here already? Wow, we have close to 50 people in this room over here.
That's amazing.
Right? 8:30. This is the drama time. When you watch all the Korean drama, Chinese drama, Taiwan drama, and so on. But you take your time to actually come here, right, to learn about something about health and wellness and about your own life, right?
So we will make sure you get the insider news about how things are like and how we went through. I'm a little bit sad that I don't get to use the hashtag of chuchuk my ass.
Yeah.
But
I have.
Yeah, you get to use chuchuk my ass. But yeah, whatever you get, just take it first. Shall we start?
Okay. So I'm just going to share my screen. Can you see it already?
Yeah. If you can see it, can you just respond to us in the chat and just give us I don't know.
111,
I was gonna say a as.
Okay. Right, can see, right? Okay, that's great. Okay, so later on, right, to make it easier for people to interact, we do love people to interact with us. So we are going to, what is it, 8181
That's exactly what I want.
Okay, so we are going to use numbers, to communicate. Yes is 1, no is 222, something like that, right? To make it easier to interact. And of course, if you have any question that you would like to ask, just drop it down below. Later on, we'll check back again, right, at the end. Okay. So So disclaimer, like Sean mentioned, it's just a personal experience sharing. Okay.
So if you want to, again, we're not medical people. Well, I'm medical. I'm a physiotherapist.
We are in health industry anyway.
Yes,
right?
but there may be certain things that we may not be able to answer you exactly like scientifically, but this is purely just an experience sharing from our own individual experience, and everybody really differs. I've spoken to a lot of people that jab Pfizer and AstraZeneca with like different age groups. All of you will experience things differently, or in my case, not that much. So if something happened to you, don't freak out. If nothing happened to you, don't FOMO, okay? Don't fear of missing out. We'll explain that later of what it means, okay? If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments or in the chat box. We would love to get back to you later. And if we don't have enough time to get back to you,
PM.
we will get back to you, not through the Zoom, but elsewhere, okay?
Okay, WhatsApp, okay? Yeah. All right. So, of course, thank you for all of you to join this session to learn together. And of course, thank you our
frontliner and our government for allowing us to be vaccinated, because as you can see, the cases in our side is getting more and more crazy, and basically we're just really happy that for both of us we're able to have this opportunity to be vaccinated. Our cap just light down on our camera and basically make it safer for us to be the people to be with the people around us as well.
Okay, so what are you expecting today? There are just a few things that we are going to mention about. Of course, what is vaccine? Why, a lot of people ask, how come you get different vaccine, as a couple, right? And then number 3 is like how the vaccination process. Number 4, how do we feel after that, any side effect? Number 5, preparation, how will we prepare for it? And of course, number 6, how do we cope with the side effect? And of course, number 7 is about immunity, lifestyle, nutrition tips that you can refer to so that to make your life easier throughout this whole vaccination journey. Okay, right? Yeah, good. So basically, what is vaccine?
Vaccine is actually, if you think about it, right, all of us when we're babies, we all take some sort of vaccine before, a vaccine against chickenpox, but most of us still got chickenpox, right? So the function of vaccine is just so that if you get a disease, it's not deadly. It won't kill you. And in this case, for a COVID vaccine, you won't need like a ventilation support. It will free up ICUs to allow people who need the ventilations more that is not related to COVID cases. Okay, so basically our goal for now is to not let you die from it. We might still contract COVID at this point of time, but the whole point is we might just feel like, okay, maybe it's just like tiring, maybe just like a common flu that we can quickly get over, that we won't require intense medical attention.
Okay. So for those who are like very new with this word, even though we have taken it last time, so vaccine is generally like your exam. When you go to exam, you get like a spot question. Your lecturer actually tell you, oh, this question is going to come out. So vaccine is something like that. So when it goes into your body, it tells your body, wait, this virus looks like this one. Okay, you mark this person, this face is like this one, this virus. So your body actually knows how to recognize that virus. But does that mean that you will be like, you won't get it? You still, the virus will still go into your body. Just that your body is able to recognize it, right? You're already prepared for it. You already got spot question and you already got the answer. And you go into the exam center, straight away answer, right? Don't need to think, right? So same for the vaccine as well, to allow your body to have that advantage against the virus, okay? So
basically, in the market, there is 3 types of vaccine. You can see in the column from top to bottom, there's mRNA, viral vector, and inactivated virus. Now, really, we don't really need to know in depth. If you want to go in depth, feel free to read it. That's why we sort of paused it here for a long period of time. But in Malaysian government at the moment, we're only taking in Pfizer, which is what I took, AstraZeneca, which is what the volunteers are taking now, which is what Daniel took, and Sinovac has arrived in our shores, but I haven't heard anybody who's jabbed it personally yet. Okay, but it all does the same thing. It all is a vaccine for COVID, okay? Because I hear a lot of instances people are trying to choose the vaccine. But honestly, in our personal opinion, we believe that whatever vaccine it is, you jab first, because now with our COVID rate, right? If you look at our RNA, especially if you're in Selangor and KL, out of 40 people, one person is getting COVID, okay? Don't talk about symptomatic or non-symptomatic. Symptomatic, then of course you would go through like a more painful process and all that. And if you're asymptomatic, very good. But we are afraid of we are afraid that we are going to get like a lot of long-term side effects. But like, especially when it comes to AstraZeneca, people talk about they're scared of blood clots, right? That only happens in 1 in a million. The chances of you getting COVID is much higher than getting blood clots, okay? So we encourage whatever vaccine it is, take it first so that it cannot continue to mutate in our community. If it continue to mutate, then sometimes the vaccine just cannot cope up with it anymore. So just jab whatever you can, okay? All right.
Okay. So a lot of people ask, how did we actually get a different vaccine, and how come so fast, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
because I have a lot of patients who are like elderly population, and they always say, how come you jab first before I jab one? So actually how I got my jab is because I'm a physiotherapist, and we have an association where they submitted all of our IC number into the government, telling them that we are frontliners and that we work very, I wish, okay? It's like we work very closely with our patients, and our treatment process is basically like how I am very close to my husband. We are required to touch our patients, and sometimes we are just exposed in a lot of different ways to them. So for safest for our patients and also for ourselves, our cat changed slide for us, and we just managed to get jab first up, and that's why we got jab by Pfizer.
Yes.
So a lot of people ask me also, how come in my Sejahtera nobody ever asked what job you do? How come they know you're a physio? So it's because of the association submitting it. That's why I got called in. Okay, I got prompt on my Sejahtera saying, hey, your vaccine appointment is tomorrow. Like that. Yeah.
Okay, as for me, AZ basically on the 2nd May, right, early this month, there's actually an announcement saying that, okay, you can actually register first for AZ. So I registered, you know?
我在听东西.
Okay, so basically, too excited already. Shuhui too excited. Want to talk. Okay, right. So that's how I got it. I believe a lot of people also got it as well, just a different timing. So somehow I
got the earlier batch.
I accidentally just turned on my iPad to just click on it, and somehow it got in. So that's why I get AZ first.
Yeah,
right?
and the early stages, and very thankfully we got our desired location, which is in UM.
Yes.
So shall we move on?
Okay. So how was the vaccination process, and how long is it? How's the crowd? I believe these are the questions that a lot of people is asking. Okay. So maybe let Jane share her experience first.
Yeah. So I think my experience is generally more relatable for people who are going to jab Pfizer. But again, I actually didn't know what I was going to get jabbed with until I got there. So at the moment, from my understanding, the people who are elderly is getting jabbed with Pfizer first, and then whoever register for AZ will get AZ one. So most of the people that's jabbing AZ might not have gotten the second dose. So I've already gotten 2 of my doses. My first dose took much longer. It was quite a lot of people in KPJ Damansara. Basically, the night I got a text on my Sejahtera app saying at 11:30 at night saying, tomorrow morning your jab is at 8 a.m. in KPJ Damansara. I was like, huh? Like how come this happened so quickly? I thought I was supposed to get like 2 weeks before some phone call to confirm my attendance and all that kind of stuff, but there was no such thing. And today I also got to know a close friend of ours. The parents also just got like less than 24-hour notice. So be vigilant about your Sejahtera, okay? Make sure your notification is turned on.
Yes.
Then in the morning, I just took my shake and then I go in. There is total of 5 stations, which we're going to show you the picture here.
Okay.
6 stations, okay? Where on the right-hand side, you scan your QR code, you do a health declaration. The health declaration basically talks about if you come into contact with somebody who is COVID positive, if you have any existing allergies and all that kind of things.
Yes.
And then the second stage is where they register you for the vaccine. You need to sign your IC letter. So the whole time, you need to have your Sejahtera, you need to have your IC. For all the people who didn't register on Sejahtera, your dependent that is registered will have to be there. So everything is scanned through them, okay? This is so you can have the digital certificate other than a physical vaccination card, all right? Then third station is counseling. So I realized this only happened in KBJ. In counseling is that station where they tell you about like what are the possible side effects that may come after you do the jab. So that stuff like headache lah, fever lah, all that kind of stuff. And in KPJ, they even show us pictures like if you get like heat rashes and all that, that is very normal. Like to what extent the rashes you're gonna get, things that you can physically see, they have photos on it. But for Daniel's case, he was also explained to it.
Yeah,
so
in a very brief way.
Very brief way lah.
Probably 1 minute.
Yeah. So if you have any questions at this point of time, this is the best time for you to ask questions. Like, for example, if you're having any existing medication, can you take the vaccine? Or how would you feel? What are the expectations? So basically, I just asked, if I get headache after this, can I take some Panadol after this? They said, yeah, by all means, do that if that's what you want to do. Okay, so counseling and consent is the place you ask all the questions that you want. Those are trained doctors and nurses to answer all of your concerns.
Yes.
Okay, so then station 4 is vaccination. So for Pfizer jab, it requires 6 of us to be there in order for them to open the icebox. Okay. For Pfizer jab, it needs to be kept at negative 70 degrees. So it's not something like our fridge, we can open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close like that. The moment you take out, the temperature is already not at the level of
increase.
So then that's why they will require 6 of you to reach. I highly recommend you to reach on time or just 30 minutes beforehand to make sure that you have your 6. Because what happened with
AZ is different.
Yeah.
So we just jab individually.
Yeah.
Because the requirement for keeping AZ vaccine is not that low.
Yeah, it's only 7 to 8 degrees.
Yes.
So basically, it's like your fridge, like you can open, close, open, close. no problem.
No issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after the vaccination process, you will be observed. If you have no existing allergies, 15 minutes. If you have allergies or if you're probably at a higher risk or whatsoever, it's 30 minutes. So at the point of time, if you feel any symptoms, just put your hand up and they'll come to you.
Yes.
Okay. And then the last one is they set up the next appointment for you.
Yes.
So for my case, because for Pfizer, it's 3 weeks until your second dose. So immediately they teach me to press on my Sejahtera. They guide you. So if you're not tech savvy, don't need to panic. They will guide you through step by step. They gave me a vaccination card that says I already got my first dose. My second dose appointment is when. And it will reflect also on my Sejahtera saying that my next appointment date and also my timing.
Yes.
Okay. So how was it for you?
Okay, for AZ, right? Okay, let me show a very quick 30-second video so that you can understand, okay?
My vaccine experience in 30 seconds. First, we do temperature check and go into this waiting room. Next, scan my Sejahtera and fill up this just in case form. Time for injection. Wait for 15 minutes to see if anything happened. If nothing happened, you may leave the scene. It's not that scary after all, isn't it?
Okay, so it's basically a very simple process. Of course, it's not 30 seconds. Okay, right? It's not 30 seconds. I just shortened it.
Yeah.
So basically, for my case, my vaccine station is actually in UM, inside University Malaysia. So we actually got in a little bit earlier, about 12. My appointment is 12:30, and we actually got there about 12:15, 12:10, 12:15, and I'm earlier. So I would encourage you to go slightly earlier as well.
Not too early.
Okay, not too early because they have time slot. They need to clear the time slot, the participants of that time slot. Then only go and go to the next time slot. So you go maybe like half an hour earlier. That's fine, right? When I go there, no queue at all. Basically I just walk in, do the scan, everything, and then there were so many stations over there. I believe it's a little bit different for Jane because Jane is for those like frontliners, so it's more private, less people. While ours one is meant for a lot of people. So that's why they have a lot of stations. I think like each station there should be like 8 counters or 10 counters.
A lot, really a lot.
Like okay, so I did a registration. Then meet with the doctor. Of course, they need to speed things up. There are a lot of people.
I think everything all in all took less than 30 minutes for yours, right?
Yes.
For his first jab,
so
it took less than 30
including
minutes.
Waiting, the 15 minutes observation for 15 minutes. I came out about 12:30 as well, which is supposedly my appointment time. But 12:30 I'm already done. Okay, and of course take this photo, beautiful, right? And that's all, So it's a very quick process for me. Okay, but my dad's experience is a little bit different. Yesterday, my dad went for the jab, Of course, we took some
You got a
time.
Pfizer jab.
We were late, okay? So he was actually the last person of the whole batch, okay? So we actually waited there for pretty long, okay? So I think about 2 hours, and because Pfizer jab needs 6 people, so the last person is the 5th. So we actually need to wait until the next batch first person come. Then only they can open the box and then jab 6 at the same time. So that's why I recommend everyone please go a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Right. Of course, to avoid those like, oh, where do I find parking? Where do I do this? Where do I do? You know, when you research all that, probably it takes some time as well. So better to go earlier. So you save a lot of time and don't need to wait so long. Okay?
But I would say that you don't need to worry so much on like parking and all that kind of stuff, because I would say like great job to everybody who is organizing this whole vaccination process. Everything is very properly labeled. And basically you wouldn't feel lost in any point of time. They give you very clear instructions. They guide you with a lot of things. For my first jab, it was quite a lot of people. On the day, they were expecting to jab 270 people, but there's only like 3 booths to jab. So it's a lot, but the whole time, basically, I didn't have more than 10 people around me. And my first jab took about 1.5 hours from start to finish. And my second jab was pretty similar to Daniel's instance. Like we managed to go in and then 6 of us just jabbed straight.
Yes.
So the vaccination process was like 0 pain for me. How was it like for you?
Like insect bite, I think.
I think for me, it's lesser than an insect bite.
Okay.
You stub your toe, it's more painful than it. Basically, because our job, people get more, what do you say? Unseen. You get more comfort when they see photos or videos of us getting jabbed, right? So I had to ask the nurse, I said, can you please help me take a photo? I need to submit to my boss to say that I already jabbed, you know? So she was very nice to help me take photos. But in Daniel's case, that was not allowed.
Yes.
So different places may have different expectations, but of course don't go like get a tripod and I need to set up and all that kind of stuff. Like it needs to be fast, okay? So my jab felt completely painless, but I also did some prep because for me, some of my colleagues said that it was very painful because the needle is actually very, very small. Drawing blood is more painful than that needle. So if your concern is about pain, you don't need to be scared at all, okay? So then it's like when they jab me, I didn't realize, but I will share tips with you later. If I forget, remind me, okay, on how to prepare your arm for the injection. Okay?
Okay. So this is generally what we have talked about just now. This is the official vaccination process. Okay. So you can print screen this, but we are not going to go through step by step.
We already shared whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So next one is like, how do you feel after that? Any side effect? Are you afraid? This is like everyone asks about it, and everyone so scared about this side effect thing. Okay. So, but I just want to share a little bit. Okay, for Jane's case, not much.
Because I didn't get to prepare, right? It was like such a shock. I was like, huh?
Yeah,
Already?
No preparation at all.
Yeah, but the second jab, I managed to because we had the appointment time earlier. Okay, I just quickly show off to you guys my vaccination card. Ta-da! So if it's Pfizer, I'm trying to block my eyes. If it's Pfizer, your certificate is in yellow. If it's AZ, it's in white. Okay, so your vaccination card is also different.
Yes. Okay.
How did I feel after the jab? I feel super proud. Like, yes, this is out of the way. This COVID MCO lockdown thing is gonna get over soon if everybody just quickly jab.
Yeah, that's true. You know. So as for me, the first 12 hours is totally fine. I thought I'm invincible.
Yeah.
Right.
He was like, oh, see, nothing happened to me.
Yeah, you know. But of course, they actually told me that after 12 hours, you start to feel something. So exactly 12 hours from 12:30 until like midnight 12 a.m. Right. Yeah. So midnight 12 a.m. I start to feel like some chills, some weakening, and then I just feel like, my body is like heating up. I feel cold already. You know, without aircon, but I feel cold. So I quickly go to bed. I drink water, go to bed, and then start to have a little bit feverish, and then a little bit headache here and there. So, right, for that night, it's like
Do you think you were dying?
No, I don't think I'm dying. I just feel that it's normal. You know, everyone gets side effect. Anyway. I mean, everyone get normal fever and so on. So, so it's fine, right? Yeah. I just need to get through it only. Yeah. Okay, but of course, later I'm going to share with you why our body actually get fever. Okay, so but most of it is I drink a lot of water. And then of course for that night, I actually went to toilet so many times, like
because of the amount of water
because of the water that I keep drinking, because I want to keep myself hydrated, and then to make sure that I really sweat it out so that it reduce the temperature. So I did that. So that's why I keep on going to the toilet for the whole night. Right? It's like a little bit sleepless night, but it's fine, Okay. So and after that, the next day, a little bit better, but the temperature up and down.
Yeah.
So, but of course, the good thing is that I have a wife, good wife, So if you didn't have that, maybe you need to find one.
You can rent me. I will cook food for you the whole day.
Or if you need someone to cook for you, maybe you can hire Jane so that she can cook for you.
You can scroll through my menu on Instagram.
Yeah. Okay. Or scroll through my feed. You can see what I eat, right? Then you can go and find her. Okay. Right?
No, because your water cannot wash off your blood, so cannot wash off the vaccine. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think for yours is quite immediate in the sense is within that night you already got the symptom.
Yeah.
For mine was I didn't know that it was a side effect because the 2 days after that I only had like mild headache. Sometimes it can get like pretty tension headache, but on the 3rd day I had a little bit of diarrhea, and then 4th day I had migraine. But all that was very tolerable amount. Not to the point that I feel like, oh my God, I'm dying. It's just
not the dying feeling, just a little bit
okay,
only,
I'll rest, then you'll be fine.
Yeah, probably you eat something else, then diarrhea also will be.
Yeah, possible. So I thought it was something else that gave me diarrhea.
Yeah.
Because Daniel also had diarrhea. We ate mala hotpot.
Oh yeah.
That's why. Then
the mala hotpot caused the diarrhea, probably not the vaccine.
For you, probably. So for the second jab, for me, after I jabbed, I started to feel like if you had stomach flu before, basically I felt like my stomach was just like contracting like that. But again, it lasted. When it comes, it's not that intense. Probably 5 out of 10 uncomfortable level. Then other than that, also not much headache a little bit long. But I don't think I was very afraid because it was just like, how when we're younger, if people who are parents, right, when your kids jab vaccine, doctor already will tell you to expect fever and all that kind of stuff. But because for us adults, we haven't gotten the vaccine in forever, we sort of forget that this is sort of like a natural response.
Any vaccine, you will have that anyway.
Yes.
Any single vaccine.
Yes. So it doesn't mean that the vaccine, because you jab the vaccine gives you fever, the vaccine is bad.
It's not bad, okay? So it's just part and parcel of the process. Okay. So this video is actually from CDC, like just to show you what are the side effects that may actually happen, and then how to cope with. Okay, so simple video only. So if you want a video, you can always ask for it. You can send the link to you, no problem. Okay.
Before I forget, I will tell you guys the tips, because as one part of the video said, you need to exercise or ice the arm area, right? So actually for me, on my first day, I didn't feel anything until towards the end. My arm started getting a little bit sore. I hate arm soreness, hate it. So what happened was the night before, I hated so much, I was prepping my arm because your arm is the muscle over here, okay? So what I did was, I take a ball and I press it and I keep rolling on it to sort of massage the muscle a little bit. And the nurse was also very good. So my tip for you is when you jab, right? Because sometimes when they're really fast, they may not be able to sort of help you to relax your arm muscles as you jab. My tip for you is, I'm gonna just like hover a little bit. When you hold your arm, this arm, right, like that, you sort of hug your waist and press your elbow into your body. This will help you to relax the muscles more. So how you know whether it's relaxed or not? You press against it. If you feel the muscle come out a little bit, then, oh, okay, the muscle is engaged. So when the muscle is engaged, you poke it, you'll feel very sore one, okay? So my tip for you is hug your waist, press the elbow into the body. It will help you to relax this muscle more. So at least when you poke, you won't have this pain. We call it trigger point pain, which is like soreness on the area, okay? But even if it doesn't hit trigger point, you will still be sore. Just ice it after that. But for me personally, I just took higher levels of protein and I took some calcium magnesium pills to help me to sleep better. And the next day, I felt zero. If you flex when you get vaccine, the needle will break because the needle is so small. Just kidding, okay? It's not going to break because John has huge muscles. That's why I say that.
Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so this one, right? I'll just going to mention a little bit about that fever that a lot of people are afraid of, or the headache. So I just want you to understand what is immune system for. Okay, so but I want to get a show of hand first. What do you think? Fever, good or bad? Right? If you get fever today, regardless whether it's vaccine, not vaccine, if you get fever, is it good or bad? You will celebrate, or will you be like, oh, die, you know? Right? So if you think it's good, you press 1. If you think it's bad, you press 2. Okay? Good or bad? Good or bad? One or two.
Devon always have a lot of good stuff happening to her. She always fever.
See, suddenly everyone say good already.
Good or you guys
yeah, I don't need to explain already, right?
Need lah. Sometimes people don't know why ma.
Okay, maybe I say all the others.
You already know the correct answer. That's
okay.
Good.
So okay, just give you an idea, right? Immune system, what is it for? Right? Immune system is to protect us, right? When external harm come in, then our body will actually respond to fight. Okay, so there are different stages of response. So like the first stage, hope you can see this corner over here. Okay, so the first level is actually the skin. So basically, skin protect. Oh, what happened? Okay, I think it's disconnected already. One moment. So basically, our skin is our first layer of protection. Okay, it protects us from all the like external harm,
infection,
avoid things from going into our body. But you know, the bad thing is that our body got certain holes around our body, right? Okay, so like our mouth, our nose, our eyes, our ears, and somewhere else. Okay, right?
Belly button.
Belly button. Okay, and butt and so on. So that's why things still can go inside. So that's why we have a second layer of defense, which is like maybe we have our phlegm, okay? We have inflammation, we have coughing, right? We have all our bulu, you know, the what nose hair, you know, all sorts of hairs around the body. Okay, so to block off some of the things, and of course, but some still manage to go in where we go in deeper than all the other defense system you trigger. So like our white blood cell will start to trigger, all our fever will start to come, right? So that's why fever is just one of the response of the body to fight. But some people don't understand, hey, why fever? How can it help? So this is how fever can help. So do you know, fever actually increase your white blood cell activity. It means that your army in the body, immune system actually works better under higher temperature. And at higher temperature, you know that virus and bacteria actually grow slower, so they don't multiply so easily, and you can actually recover faster, and you can actually protect the body by just heating it up. So sometimes, right, when someone having fever, don't need to rush to like, oh, I quickly eat all the medicine to cool it down. Actually, even it's actually safe to even have your temperature to up to 39 degrees Celsius, no problem one. Okay, because it's just a defense mechanism. But of course, if today you are feeling like really bad already, wow, like dying, okay, because sometimes you just get uncomfortable. It depends on people. Some people can bear with it. Some people it's like unbearable. So you can always have a Panadol, right? But not just have Panadol and then don't do anything. But don't rely on it.
Purely on it.
Yeah. After you have the Panadol, you still must take care. You know, it's like your house is on fire. So you off the fire alarm, right? Okay, that's a good thing. No more fire alarm.
But the fire is still there.
Yeah, the fire is still there. So
the bacteria is still in your body.
You just want to stop the feeling of like feeling very bad.
Yeah.
But you still need to go work on the
Yeah.
helping the body to reduce the temperature, which is to provide more nutrients for the body, for the immune system to work, right? Maybe eat vitamin C, eat healthy, eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, drink fruit juice, and so on, right? Those are things that you should do, right, to help. So then you can really solve the core issue, not just reducing the temperature, okay? Okay, so that is the idea. So what did we actually do to actually cope with the vaccine process or the side effects?
I think both of us are very lucky that we don't have to take care of any children or older people. Basically, we just need to look after our 3 cats. So we have the luxury basically to not have to take a Panadol until we find it's absolutely necessary.
Yep.
So generally for us, we sort of have like a filter before we go to medication is to try to go nutrition first.
Yes.
After nutrition, then after that still cannot work, then okay, yeah, we take a Panadol. Yeah. So for me personally, I didn't do anything much other than Daniel keep bumping my nutrition levels up. So we tend to be more careful with our food. We don't take so much deep fried food, our processed food. Naturally, we always eat more whole foods anyway. But he bumped up my nutrition level by supplementing me with turmeric and all that kind of stuff. And I just sleep a lot. I just keep sleeping. But for Daniel's case, because he had fever and the fever keep coming and going, and each time when it go higher and higher. Then we said, oh, okay. So then in that case, we tried nutrition already and it didn't work. Then okay, look, then he take 1 Panadol.
Yes, I only take 1 Panadol.
Yeah.
So at the end of the 2nd day, right? But actually, most of it subsided already. I just want to
make sure it
stop the cycle
back.
of up, down only.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because I had to work, I couldn't take care of him anymore.
Okay. So just some of the suggestion, okay, which also is general suggestion. Everyone is a little bit different, but generally it's like this. Okay. So, and all these tips, right? I would say that even if you are not doing vaccine, these are the suggestions that you should be healthy habits that you should be doing.
So if you cannot commit 3 days a week, at least commit 1 week before your vaccine.
Yeah, so it's just that most people don't do it on a regular basis. So that's why you need to worry about vaccine, how. But we have been doing it, so it's still okay, you know. So number 1, plenty of water, sleep early, especially very, very important. Sleep. We cannot emphasize this enough. They actually say that before the vaccine, please sleep 7 to 8 hours. If not, your immune system is not strong enough. Okay, must sleep. Okay.
I felt this point a lot because on my 2nd jab, I actually didn't get pretty good sleep the night before. So the moment the jab went on and I was under the 15 minutes observation, I could already feel a little bit lightheaded. But because around that area they provided refreshments, so I had my protein shake with me anyway. So I was just drinking my protein shake and I felt much better after that. But it made me realize the difference between the 1st jab and the 2nd jab. Sleep was so important.
Yes. Okay. But of course, some people, the next day I'm going to get vaccine, so kanchiong, you know, so nervous, cannot sleep. How? So that's why there's the 3rd one is eat for sleep. So there are things that you can eat, all right, to actually make sure you sleep well. Of course, you don't eat so late, right? Eat like 3 or 4 hours before you sleep, and then more fiber. Make sure you have more fruits and vegetables. Don't eat light, okay? Eat light. Don't go and eat the bak kut teh, pai kwa.
Moderation. Plenty of water. Don't eat don't drink 2 gallons. Also, if not like him, you keep peeing throughout the night. You also cannot get quality sleep.
Right, immune booster. So some of the ingredients are very powerful immune booster: turmeric, ginger, garlic, lemon, which is very good. Okay, and of course some of the nutrients that you can put in: vitamin C, vitamin B. Vitamin B actually very good to soothe the nerve, help you sleep, and of course calcium, magnesium, vitamin D as well. Right, you help on that. Protein, probiotics for immune system. Okay, and less fatty and sugary food. This is very important. If you eat so much of that, very hyper one. And don't drink coffee at the end of the day, right? Okay,
some people can.
I think that's standard. Okay, like some people can, but a lot of people cannot. And this is very important. No alcohol before you go vaccine. Okay, even if you're very stressed, okay, don't go for alcohol.
You can, if you feel like you don't know how to manage your stress levels, you can try stuff like meditation or just simple breathing exercise than using alcohol to numb yourself.
Don't use alcohol to knock you out. Tomorrow you have terrible time having the vaccine. Okay. Yeah. So other non-nutritional related one.
It's our personal tips for you guys.
Tips. So firstly, shop ahead before you go for a vaccine. It's like you prepare all the stuff first. Whatever supplements, whatever food that you need, please prepare first. Yeah. So you don't need to think about when, especially if you're alone, you stay alone, where you have no one to take care of you. Yeah. Right. So this is something that you want. You don't want to do anything already.
Because we don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe you might go through fever like what he went through.
Or maybe you don't have that. It depends. Okay.
Yeah. If you don't have that, then just continue. But if you have it, then you will feel so terrible. You don't have the ability to go out of the house anymore. And because you are having fever, right? Now they scan your temperature, right? If you have to go grocery shopping, you cannot even go in.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So prepare first, okay? And make sure your phone has battery and internet during when you go for the vaccination because
for
you
your
scan. Some people always keep their battery very low. I don't know why. Okay, bring your IC.
Living life on the edge.
Yeah. So and stay calm, don't be nervous. Enjoy the process. Okay, it's actually quite a fun process. I actually took the liberty to actually film video during the whole process because I find that it's very calming for me because I like to film stuff. Okay.
But my husband is a formal person. The time when I jabbed, he was like, how come I haven't jabbed yet? I want to faster jab. So when his opportunity come, he was like, yay!
Okay, quickly go and film everything. Okay, so and just this one I mentioned just now, I already go a little bit earlier, so to avoid the crowd. Okay, I think that's very important. And of course, the last part, I'm just going to showcase some food menus so you can, no, just joking. Okay.
DM me to order.
Yeah, not like that. Some food menus, some of the food that I actually consume. This is right before we actually, I actually go for the vaccine. So it's like a very nice meal. Okay, like one whole plate of vegetable. Okay, very clean. Don't have all those belacan and so on. And this one is actually tofu, egg, and then
some
mushroom,
mince meat,
all cooked into like a soup. Okay. Yeah. Quite a good high protein, high fiber meal. Okay.
Yeah.
And this one is actually so loud. Okay. This one is actually the morning shake, morning protein shake that I do. Okay. And then the right side is all the supplement that I take. Okay. And then the next day, right? Okay. I know some people start to like, wow, so
we are hungry too.
Okay, so we have this one,
smoked salmon cream cheese bagel.
Yes. Okay. So when after you do vaccine, you want to
reward
yourself a little bit.
I even made the pickled onion. It tastes so good.
Okay. So if you want to order, maybe you want to DM Jane.
Okay, stop with this food business. I don't sell stuff, okay?
Okay. So and of course
overnight
oats because that time I was like having some fever already. Okay. Yeah. So I was like,
you don't want anything hot, basically anything cold.
I want cold stuff. Yeah. So overnight oats, some fruits inside, chia seed, which is quite good.
Mango, apple.
Okay. Right, and this one is one of the meal as well. Okay, got protein, got mushroom, got veggie, this is 15 grain rice.
So you have like your healthy fats, you have your
homemade
your
pickle.
carbs.
This one is the Japanese one.
Inari
sushi. So we did that as well. So okay, so after Jeff can come to my house and eat.
Can.
Right. And this is something I think very important. This is like I constantly drink for the whole process before and after. I drink so much of it until Jay is asking, why I drink so much?
You think money,
you think no need free one, So this is actually a mixture of turmeric, licorice, and what else? The SOR cherry, vitamin C, right? Which is immune booster. So it's so good that I actually put my cat beside it and take
she walked up to it.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to put this photo here. It's too cute already. Okay. Right. And this is some of the why I'm consuming this because this drink here actually have research based on COVID symptom, right? The inflammation, the immune response caused by COVID, right? They find that these three ingredients, this is curcumin, is inside turmeric. This one, I don't know how to read this. Okay,
this
is licorice, This is turmeric. Okay, so they actually combine these 3 ingredients and find that this is very helpful for all this immune response created by COVID. Okay, so it's actually research based on that.
To help you to develop like antibodies and all that as well. So you need the nutrients to help you with that.
Yes. Okay. So I find that, and of course, like a lot of stuff here, but you know, everything has certain function. Like protein powder. This one I do it not only during vaccine, but every single day I do it because I find that it's a simplest way. Like 2 minutes, I can count in 1 meal, which is full of nutrition. This one is actually for my headache. Really cannot really. Okay, very heavy. You know, the head like something compressing onto it. So like you feel heavy, a little bit dizzy, and then like a headache. You know, so calcium magnesium actually help to ease that. You can also drink milk. You know, like why people drink milk before they sleep, because inside milk there's calcium, right? So it soothes the nerve, right? So instead of drinking milk, I just do this. And then vitamin C is for immune system. Vitamin B is for everything, everything, energy, metabolism, digestion. Also help in soothing my nerve as well, so that my head feels better, give me more energy, stay active. And this is special thing only I take it during the vaccine period, because echinacea is a plant, is a flower that has the ability to boost your immune system about 9 to 10 times stronger, right? It's a temporary boost, but it's like very good one, okay? Especially when you fall sick, you use this, wow, very fast, scouting, okay? So general rule of thumb, okay, like I mentioned just now, okay? So every one of them has different function, okay? You can print screen to ease your memory, okay? So avoid alcohol, okay, most importantly. So these are stuff that I consume, okay? It looks a lot, but I always tell story like this example. So sometimes it's good to have more than less, you know, like when you go into the exam, is the passing mark is only 50. You only answer half the question. No, right? You still answer all the question, hoping that you actually get as high score as possible. So the chances to fail is actually harder to fail. Right? Same for our body as well. To me, when I'm sick and when I'm in critical situation like doing vaccine and so on, so I always make sure that I get as much as possible so that to be safe, right? Okay, so that's why every one of them have different function. These are the stuff. I think most importantly, I would say the triple booster helped me a lot. Okay, and it's so delicious, so that I like to drink it.
It is really good.
It's a fun drink for me as well, okay. Other things is like immune system, immune booster. For gut health, a lot of people didn't know that gut health relate to immunity. A lot. Okay, right? A lot percentage of immunity is based on your gut health. So probiotic, even if you not just for vaccine, but generally every single day is very important. So that's why they always say Japanese and Korean, they are very healthy in general, especially immune system. Why? Because their food is full of probiotics. Kimchi, natto, miso soup, you know, all those are all fermented stuff, and they consume it like daily life, daily things that they eat. So that's why probiotic they have a lot. Okay, but for Malaysia, what do we eat? Nasi lemak, char kway teow. Our food is
fermented. Nasi lemak cannot give you probiotic. Okay,
fermented stuff in Malaysia. Malaysian food all cannot eat one, okay? Right? Chinchalo, maybe if you guys eat chinchalo, maybe the durian one is what? Tempoyak, okay? If you eat tempoyak, maybe okay? So make sure you have that. Take tempeh, more yogurt. Tempeh, okay, very good.
Don't deep fry
already.
Don't deep fry the tempeh.
Tempeh is actually not Malaysian style, it's Bali.
It's Indonesian.
It's Indonesian.
We eat it a lot too.
Okay.
So that's good.
So tempeh is good as well, right? But normally people deep fry it.
Man, you guys know your fermented stuff.
Okay.
Sourdough.
Okay, sourdough. But normally it's not really that common. Okay, not really that common. So having a probiotic supplement or like some yogurt, which would be a kombucha, that would be good. Okay. So right, other references you can print screen. If you want the link, I can send it to you guys as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Kimchi is good. Korean. That's why Korean so healthy. Okay.
So I would say that because I have a few people around me who jab Pfizer and AstraZeneca, right? Younger people tend to have a stronger reaction to AstraZeneca's first dose and Pfizer's second dose.
Okay.
Okay. They said that the most of the people that I talked to, their experience of Pfizer's first dose is still quite okay. Second dose was when it hit harder.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the group of 20s to 30s that jab AstraZeneca had it harder. So, but most of the time, the older people that I talk to, they don't react much for the reason that as you get older and your immune system tend not to be so
strong.
aggressive.
Yes.
Whereas when you're young, your immune system tend to be more aggressive. So you may have higher chances of getting fever and all that kind of stuff.
So sometimes it's like, actually, if you have fever, it's a blessing, you know?
Yeah.
That means that your immune system is very, very strong, okay? So it's a blessing, okay? Fever is a blessing, okay? Must write down somewhere, okay? So all these links, we have booklets. This one is actually, which one? This one. This one is actually the link. They have a booklet created by KKM1. Okay, inside is all here. Okay, so later on, if you want the link, I can send it to you guys. And of course, for more health and fitness information, you can like our Facebook page. Okay, like, follow, and share. You know, right? And then we do have a WhatsApp group that have a lot of health information, not only on vaccination. We have weight loss. We got also the
beauty stuff.
Maybe related to some disease, you know. Okay, we also talk about that as well. So if you want more information, always come in and then have fun together. Okay. But anyway, thank you for all the frontliners.
Yeah.
But remember one thing, when you have vaccine, does not mean that
you still need to follow your SOP. You still need to wear your mask, social distancing, and all that kind of stuff.
You are not invincible, okay?
Yeah, just because that we jab, it doesn't mean that we cannot contract COVID again. And if we contract COVID again, we might be fine. But the people around us who don't have the opportunity to jab, for example, children or people who have existing diseases that cause them cannot jab, they are still susceptible. Okay, so we have to be very responsible and take care of them too.
Yes.
All right. So I think that's it. Should we look at the comments? Do we have any questions?
Okay,
if you have any questions, put them down in the chat.
Now question time. Okay.
Hi, Daniel, Jane. Yes, we do have some questions. I believe maybe you missed out just now. So some frontliners advise to take 2 Panadol before the jab. What is your view on this?
Just now, this one I mentioned just now. If you really cannot tahan really, unbearable, then just.
But this is before the jab.
Before the jab. Before the jab.
I would say that if you don't have any symptoms, you don't need to. And generally, Panadol acts really fast anyway. You can always take it after when you feel like you need to. Because in my case, I felt that even without Panadol, and my pain tolerance is super low, even without Panadol, I felt fine. So I would say it's up to you. But personally, I feel that it's not necessary yet. If you do feel it after that, feel free to take it.
I mean, Panadol is like a medicine, right? You won't take medicine if you're not sick yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Take Panadol. Can Panadol active fast? Can take Panadol active fast when fever gets unbearable.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what Daniel took. Less than 15 minutes, he already felt better. But also showers. Showers work very well.
Yeah, you can shower too, right? By the way, Eva is a pharmacist, so so
listen to the pharmacist.
She knows her stuff, okay, right? Okay, what else? Any other question is there?
Yeah. Okay. So how about this? Because you mentioned probiotic for overall gut health.
Yeah.
Right. So, do you think that instead of taking probiotic powder, because we see a lot of advertisements like drinks like those yogurt drinks that they sell in supermarkets, maybe like Calpis or Yakult or Vitagen, what is your thought on this sort of probiotic drink? Is this like 真材實料, like legit probiotic, or is this just another marketing gimmick to get you to buy something that's full of sugar?
I see. Okay, you already say full of sugar.
So if you look at the content of your probiotic supplement and your probiotic drink, like Sean said, most of the probiotic drink do contain more sugar than probiotic
powder. Okay.
Yes.
So give and take. If you like,
I also cannot take Yakult.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I would say that probiotic, there are different grades, like Yakult, the drinks out there is more like a food, they are food grade
Enjoy,
for enjoyment,
but not necessarily for
fun,
nutrition.
right? They are not like supplements. Supplements means that they are like meant to improve your health, while
Is that improve your mood?
yeah, while out there, those that you can buy in common market, they are, of course, may have some health benefits, but it's not considered as something to improve the health. It's not meant for that. It's more for, oh, it tastes nice, it's fun to drink, and soon and at the same time it's
Bonus.
a little bit health bonus, a little bit
Bonus
healthy,
for a bit of health at the side of the
yeah.
unhealthy stuff.
So it's for different purpose.
Like Milo,
Yeah.
Milo, we have always been marketed since young that Milo is a healthy drink, but now we know Milo actually contains a lot of sugar, right?
Yep.
But you cannot say that it's not completely nutritional, it still has nutrition,
Yes.
but it's just that if you want to drink it for nutrition, then Milo might not be the best place for you to go. If you want to drink it for enjoyment, like, oh, I love my Milo, ice.
Yes.
Yeah, then go ahead.
It's a different grade, basically.
I think the same can be said for all those so-called full of vitamin C drinks like the orange juice and whatever as well.
Yeah, I mean, fruit juice does provide vitamin C compared to a vitamin C drink. I mean, concentrate. It's totally different.
Because orange also got like water and juices on it, which is still good. Water and vitamin C is still good. Yeah. If you want more, then you can take supplement.
And I got one more question here, which says, not sure if you know about this supplement called psyllium husk. So psyllium husk is fiber, right? Some say if you take this for long term, it can cause bleeding. It can cause intestine bleeding, which is, I think, one step further than Laosai. Is that true or false?
I have a personal sharing with this. Okay. So actually all this time, right, my parents have been advocate of supplements. So they do believe in supplements one. So last time when I was younger, my stress level since I'm Form 1 onwards, my stress level has always been really bad. So whenever I'm constipated, I'm always given psyllium husk. It got to the point that when I was Form 4 and Form 5, that was the worst point of time. Basically, if I don't take it, I cannot go to toilet. But if you I go more information again. Okay, TMI a bit. So generally, there's good quality poop and diarrhea, right? So I could only be constipated or diarrhea. I can never have normal poop. That is actually really, really sad. Then when I got into, because I'm always in this like lingo of like diarrhea or constipation, when I got to uni, the stress level is even higher. That was when I felt like my anxiety gave me diarrhea. So if you heard of this condition, which a lot of people have, it's called IBS, irritated bowel syndrome. Just the thought of driving long distance, I love to go out of state one last time, just to go jalan-jalan, cuti Malaysia.
COVID isn't a thing.
Yeah, now cannot. But the thought of having, I need to research ahead how many R&R, how many kilometers, how long do I sort of have to wait? To the point that even when I'm driving in the city in the jam, I'm stuck there and I feel like I have no toilet. I feel that I have to have diarrhea. This is my personal experience. I would advise that if you can go for probiotic or fiber sources that has a mix of what's the word? The two types of fiber, soluble and non-soluble fiber, that give you proper poop form and enough water is better than long-term psyllium husk.
Yes.
Because even up until now, now I take probiotic consistently. When I take my probiotic, I can actually take lactose. So that is amazing. Because last time I was so sensitive to a lot of food, I cannot enjoy my life at all. And now I can. And if you talk to a lot of people around me, I actually eat very spicy food now. But of course, that's not to show off or to abuse it, but it allows me to enjoy life in that sense. So I would say if you can, go for better means, better than psyllium husk. With that in mind, if you really constipated once in a while, all this kind of stuff once in a while, it's fine. All things is always in moderation. Okay,
everything moderation. Okay.
So can we say that probiotic is something that you can take daily? It's just like a vitamin C or like fruits and veggies, but psyllium husk is more so to treat it if it's very urgent, like
Yeah.
a medicine. Can
Next layer,
Yeah.
not immediately like that.
Yeah.
Not a quick fix.
But so far, that period when you were taking psyllium has nothing bleeding inside, right?
It actually got to really bad, you know, because my family history is colon cancer. So generally, a lot of us have colon issues anyway. I don't know if it was intestine bleeding, but basically it got so bad that I had to get 2 scopes done, but I couldn't find anything. So I guess I got saved before I got to that extent. But it did hamper my quality of life throughout my uni days up until the point until I met Daniel actually. Then only I could manage better.
So he saved your life. That's so cute.
Yeah. My mom asked me to take probiotic, I ignore her. Then my brother asked me to take lie.
Okay, awesome. All right. I'm sure, I don't know if we have any other questions or not.
First, someone asked about first dose and second dose.
Oh, yeah.
What is your experience if compared to first dose and second dose?
Okay.
I would say that because my first dose was very sudden, of course, and honestly, at that point of time, I already go through this pandemic fatigue. I'm so sick of this COVID, this MCO, open, close, and it hugely affected my income and my business. So then I'm just like, yeah, whatever, like, when my time comes, then my time comes, then I go jab. But when it came, I was like, oh my gosh, tomorrow I have to go jab. So, but the second dose, I felt that I was so much more prepared, and I already know what are the expectations. I know that we are in good hands, that whoever the organizer is, you will be properly guided, and you don't have to be afraid of anything. And if anything happened within the observation period, you have medical personnel to help you. And if any point of time after that, when you go home that you feel worse, there is a number that they give you. You can just take a vaccination card to any hospitals and they will treat you immediately. So I know I will be fine. Symptoms wise, like I said just now, first one, I had a little bit more arm soreness. Second one, I had some stomach cramping. But other than that, it was nothing serious. Probably it didn't bother me. I wouldn't say to the point that it bothered me a lot. It was just uncomfortable.
Just normal, like you still operate normally. You know?
Both jabs was also painless. That is my experience for Pfizer. I don't think there's anything to be afraid of for you to jab.
Okay, don't be afraid, okay? It's okay one, no problem. It's quite fun.
So since the second round of AstraZeneca, because Daniel was very lucky, he managed to get it the first round, right? The second round at the current news is they open only to 60 and above first, the first few days. Then after that, only they open for 60 and below. So if you feel that you want to expedite the process of jabbing, AstraZeneca's time period of in between the doses is actually 3 months.
Yes.
Whereas Pfizer's is actually
Pfizer is 3 weeks.
Yeah, so you calculate accordingly. Like my mom's case, she's an OKU. I'm just going to ask her to wait for Pfizer because she also is a teacher and always needs to be in close contact, someone with kids and babies. So because of that, we encourage her to just wait. So you make informed decision. Because if you're somebody who's just constantly staying at home, you're not going anywhere, or your family members generally are very safe. You don't always go out to makan or go out meet different people. Then that 3 months staying at home, of course, doesn't increase your risk by that much. So you can go with AstraZeneca as well, because we don't know when is your turn to get Pfizer.
Yes.
Or whether you get Pfizer or not. I didn't know I was going to get Pfizer until I reached to that counseling station and they said, today you're going to get Pfizer at this this dose. I was like, oh, okay. If you're called by Massachusetts, generally you don't get to choose. But AstraZeneca is the only one where you can choose your vaccine.
Yes. Okay. So I think time's up already. Okay.
If you have any questions, feel free to find Daniel. I don't look at my phone. I'm sorry. He look at his phone all the time. So just for Daniel or your friends.
Yeah, maybe you can contact your friend, or Daniel, you want to drop your Instagram account here, or so that they can follow you?
They find your friend better.
Get the link from your friend, okay?
Yeah, find your friend. Find the friend that brought you here. So if no other questions, calling once, calling twice, calling 3 times, No more. Thank you, Daniel and Jane, for sharing this amazing sharing. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Let's just look at the thank you, right? Let's just write thank you in the comments. All right, let's just give them, let's just say thanks.
Yeah,
Right.
thank you
Take
so
a
much for
take a
joining
group
us.
photo.
Yeah, let's take a group photo. Can everyone
take
turn
a
on
photo
our
first.
cameras? We turn on our camera, then we look into the. Yeah, let's just turn on our video so we
Take
can
a
take a
photo
photo.
on your video.
Right, just remember your face before you take the vaccine.
Okay, come. Okay, ready? First page. We got many pages today. 1, 2, 3.
Keep
Okay.
smiling.
Very nice.
Keep smiling. Second page first. Okay, wait first. Okay, second page. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Third page.
I still got.
Still got lah. Today many page. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think that's already 3 pages only. Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much for today.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you,
See
Jay.
Stay
Right.
safe.
On behalf of all the participants here, I say thanks to both of you for your sharing. Stay healthy, stay fit, and stay vaccinated.
Yes.
Oh,
we
you
will
know,
still
I
follow
actually,
SOP.
actually, I always wonder what happens if like you get like your first dose is Pfizer and your second dose is AZ. I was like, oh shit, what if
You cannot do that one.
I don't think it's possible
Yeah,
for you
right.
to do that.
But it'd be like really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, my friend asked me that.
This one not Power Ranger.
Imagine you get like 2 different jabs and then you have like superpowers. You can like talk to like animals or something. That'd be so cool. But
I would jab 5 jabs then.
jab Sinovac as well, right? All right. Okay. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, Jane. All right. Thank you everybody for joining us today. So the next session is actually only for the leaders. All right. If you're a F90 leader, please stay on. But if you are just a guest, if you just came to hear on the sharing of the vaccine, our session has ended. You may enjoy the rest of your evening or go to bed early if you want. So, yeah, we'll just give everybody a couple of minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes to leave the room. Those who are not leaders, if you are a leader, please stay. Stay. Remember, stay. Stay. You wouldn't want to miss the next session. Next session is also very nice. Okay, I can hear people leaving, so we just let them leave for a while. Okay, cool. Okay, we'll just wait 1 more minute. Maybe we can just do a quick check. Is everybody here a leader? Just look at the person on your left and your right. If they are not leader, then
How do I see left and right? Like this.
no, your gallery view like that. You look at the left, look at the right. For me, my right is Yvonne, my left is you. So I know both of you are leaders, hopefully.
But your left from my side is Ron. No?
Yeah, then everybody just look at their own left and right.
Correct. Okay, correct.
You know this is what they call kita jaga kita?
Ah.
All right.
The camera.
Yeah. Okay, shall we take a quick break time or should we go into the second session now?
Gerald, are you ready?
Gerald, darling, are you ready?
5 minutes. 3 minutes. 5
5 minutes. Okay, so we take a 5-minute break. All right, see you guys.